Imagine this. Most cruise videos talk about kid zones and water slides, but what if you want a steak, a cigar lounge, and a lecture on Arctic wildlife before hopping in a Zodiac? If you're a man over 50 or, shopping for one, you might be wondering which cruise line actually fits your pace, your interests, your idea of a good time. And whether that means playing St. Andrews during the open, geeking out over Viking history, or perhaps savoring a perfect glass of scotch under the stars, I spent a couple of weeks digging through itineraries, ship layouts, enrichment programs, cigar policies, and even some solo excursions that are going to surprise you if you stay all the way to the end of this video. So, in this video, we're covering the top 10 cruises for men over 50 with, some real talk on what each ship offers and what it doesn't. We'll be focused on more personality and interest-driven experiences. So let's swing into it like Happy Gilmore and go right for it. Yo, what's up? My name's Griff, founder of Ahoy365.com. If you're new here, welcome. But if you've been here, welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into it. Number 1, Viking Ocean. It's best for the calm comfort and conversation. That rare type of vacation where nobody's really just yelling. The coffee's always hot and every lounge chair has a view. That's Viking. The cabins, every room has a balcony. There's no gimmicks here, no upsells. Again, it's got that clean Scandinavian design that you may have heard me mention in another video, but it's got heated bathroom floors and the kind of silence you didn't know you missed until you had it. At least that's what my in-laws say, once they watch our 2-year-old quite often. Dining, daily menus rotate based on where you are, with Manfredi's Italian Steakhouse serving a ribeye that holds its own against your favorite back home. The entertainment, again, it's less Broadway, more brain food. Think TED-style lectures, pork talks, jazz quartets, and storytelling that really sticks with you. You'll be coming back home with your friends and sharing what you learned. The public areas are cozy lounges with fireplaces, curated libraries, and a deck space where you actually want to sit and watch the world go by. If you're thinking for fitness and recreation, the Nordic Spa is the sleeper hit. It's free for all guests with a thermal suite that includes a snow grotto, sauna, plunge pools, and a quiet spot to read after. Service, impeccable and invisible, the kind where your coffee is always refilled, but no one's really hovering over you. As far as value for the money, there's no nickel and diming here. Excursions, Wi-Fi, drinks with lunch and dinner, it's all included. And it adds up fast, so you'll love that. Bottom line is, if you want peace, perspective, and the kind of trip that makes you actually feel you're somewhere new, Viking really gets it right. That's why I'm recommending them at spot number 10. Also, I need to let you know that no one's paying me to say these, and this is more of a list, no particular order. It's more so a top 10, not a ranking. It's just more of a top 10. Next up is a fan favorite. It's Azamara with the PerryGolf collaboration. It's best for golf, obviously, pints, and port time. This is a cruise for the guy who knows the difference between St. Andrews and Royal Dornoch. I do not, and they want to play both. However, the cabins are comfortable and cozy with sea views, of course, and it pairs well with a single malt. Not flashy, but it's well cared for. Anyways, the dining, it's more of a local influence. That's the norm there. So fresh fish from the Med, hearty stews in Ireland, Prime Sea serves great steak as well. And the entertainment, again, it's low key. You're going to think about acoustic sets, cultural performances, and the occasional swing band. Anyways, public areas, they feel more of a yacht experience and less than a mall that you would get on a traditional mainliner ship. They have intimate lounges, no chaos, and easy navigation. As far as fitness and recreation, if you're here for it, there's the golf, not burpees. I don't know if anyone even enjoys those. I know I don't. But anyways, there's a gym, so if you're inclined, you can totally go to it. The service is personal and personable. Staff remembers your name and drink order within 48 hours, so go for it. Now, let's talk about value for the money. If you add PerryGolf to your itinerary and you're playing top 100 courses without the hassle of planning it yourself, it's solid. So who is this best for? This goes without saying, however, it's best for golfers who want their tee time with a side of port wine and no transfer stress. This is who it's for. Let's jump into number 3. Oceania Cruises. It's best for guys who know what reduction sauce means, okay? This one's for the food first traveler, the guy who reads book menus like novels and books his trips around lunch reservations. The cabins are spacious, plush, and peaceful. And if you can swing it, Go for that concierge level. I say totally do it. You get the early boarding, spa access, and even better coffee. But anyways, dining, no cruise line gets food more right besides them. Oceania's got it on lockdown. From dry-aged steaks to wine pairings that actually matter, Oceania does nail it. You can check the reviews. The entertainment, think more so jazz trios, culinary demos, and the occasional Beatles cover band. It's classy, classy fun, if I had to describe it as something. The public areas are refined, but never too stiff. You get the nautical blues, warm woods, and lounges that make you linger. It's definitely nap central, but if you're looking for the fitness and recreation, their culinary center lets you cook with real chefs. The gym is solid, and the spa delivers post-meal recovery, but again, that culinary center, spot on. Service is polished, but not snobby. Staff is efficient, easygoing, and for the value for the money, it's not cheap. But if you love food, you're getting 5-star dining without the $200 dinner bill. I'd say this is best for men who travel with their palate first and a love for a good sea day to digest it all. Let's jump into Silversea with the classic Andy Expedition itineraries. I say it's best for culinary and cultured adventure. Silversea feels like the thinking man's cruise line, if I had to summarize it, where you can chase wildlife by day and sip fine wine by night. Cabins, all suites, all beautiful, walk-in closets, marble bathrooms, and butler service. Of course, it never oversteps. For the dining, think about their SALT program. That's an acronym, SALT, but it ties in food, cocktails, and even lectures to places like you're visiting. It's like culinary anthropology at sea. For your entertainment, it's more enrichment, less razzle and dazzle. So think wine tastings, expert-led lectures, and live music with intimate lounges. And speaking of public areas, everything feels boutique, quiet corners for reading, panoramic lounges for soaking in the views. You have tons of options here. Fitness and recreation. Expedition ships come with Zodiacs, naturalists, and gear for real adventure. From like polar dives to jungle treks, this is the one. Service, of course, is white glove, but never fussy, and they anticipate your needs without hovering. The value for the money, it's all inclusive. Yes, it's pricey, at least from my standards, but you'll never touch your wallet once you're on board, which I'm a huge fan of everything just being included once you pay the ticket price. Anywho's, best for the well-traveled guy who wants his brain, his stomach, and his camera roll to all be full. He's going to come back happy with this one. Number 5 is Seabourn. Think classic and expedition series. It's best for luxury with a wild side. So you're going to think about like yacht club experience, the luxury above the deck with the Zodiac safari below, if that makes sense. Seabourn brings the grit and the scotch. Anyways, the cabins, they're all suites with elegant decor, massive bathrooms, walk-in closet, all of it. For dining, Thomas Keller's restaurant is on board. That's probably enough reason to book already. Global menus and in-suite dining that's actually good. Entertainment is sophisticated, relaxed, jazz nights, piano bars, lectures from Arctic biologists, or just National Geographic guests. Public areas, you got plenty of spots to sip whiskey, read quietly, or just catch a sunset solo if you like. The expedition ships, though, they come fully loaded, like kayaks, Zodiacs, even submarines for underwater exploration. It's pretty sweet. The service is seamless. I feel like you don't even have to say that with this ship, but for example, your glass is just never empty. Your preferences are remembered. And as far as value for the money, it is high ticket, but again, justified, especially for the polar or adventure heavy itineraries. I say this is best for the guy who loves adventure. Whiskey, wool, doesn't really mind a bunch of mud on his boots. Real go-getter. Really go-getter. I don't know why I said it like that, y'all. Let me know in the comment section below. Go-getter. Let's continue. Number 6, Holland America. Best for classic cruising with real music. This is the cruise for men who still buy vinyl, know the blues, and want a ship that feels like a grown-up space, not a daycare on the water. So the cabins are traditional, comfortable, and available with big balconies. On newer ships, solid sleep, quiet nights. This one's going to be for that type of person. The dining, it's got some good varieties with some regional menus. Pinnacle Grill Steakhouse is worth the splurge, in my opinion. Entertainment, the Music Walk is the star. BB King's Blues Club, I hear nothing but good things there. Rolling Stone Rock Room, you have dueling pianos. It's lively without being a frat party. The public areas are calm, classic, and easy to navigate. You'll actually want to hang out in the lounges. Now, I gotta say, as far as fitness and recreation, they have a decent gym, but the focus is definitely more on the shore excursions than on-board thrills. Hopefully that sounds fair. The service, friendly and competent. They're the type of crew that makes it feel like they've done this for years. So excellent training there. As far as value for the money, it's one of the best values for men who want longer routes like Alaska or the Panama Canal without overpaying. And I'd say it's really good for music lovers, for that old school cruisers who still want a vibe, but not a volume war that you would probably experience on, not throwing shade or just trying to be offensive here, Utopia of the Seas. It was pretty loud party there. It's a party ship. Now, before we get into the top 3, I would encourage you guys to write a comment in the comment section below to let other people know what is your top 10. Again, this is more personality and interest driven, less of a definitive ranking list, if that makes sense. Let's continue with number 7, Cunard. It's best for tradition, sea days, and timeless style. Step onto a Cunard ship and it's like slipping into a really good blazer. Not flashy, but just feels good, The cabins are tiered, class structure, but even the basic staterooms feel refined. It's got grill glass suites. They're true luxury. Dining, proper afternoon tea, pub lunches in the Golden Lion, and gala nights that still mean something. As far as entertainment, there's a planetarium on the Queen Mary 2, nightly ballroom dancing, lectures from historians and explorers. It's smart and it's fun. When you think about it, the ship really does whisper class. It's got dark woods and leather armchairs. In regards to fitness, it's got well-equipped gym, indoor pool, promenade deck for laps, relaxing but not sleepy. Service is impeccable in a prompt, traditional way. They're polite and professional. Value for the money? Fantastic if you value long sea days and want to feel part of something classic. And I'd say it's best for the guys who appreciate good whiskey, an old world charm, and uninterrupted Atlantic crossings. That is for you guys. Again, sneaking into my list, Windstar cruises. Best for small ship sailing with foodie flair. If your idea of a great day involves fresh seafood, no crowds, and maybe a paddleboard session before lunch, Windstar gets it, and they get you. The cabins, no interior rooms, everything's compact, cozy, and ocean facing, like your own cabin on a private yacht. As far as dining, they have this decade-long partnership with the James Beard Foundation, so that means you're eating chef-driven, locally inspired dishes every night. Entertainment, wine tastings, jazz trios, cooking demos, no Vegas glitz, just thoughtful vibes. What I found really cool about this one is the water sports marina at the back of the ship. You can kayak, swim, or snorkel right off the deck. As far as fitness and recreation, it's got a small gym. It's more of a adventure forward excursions is what you're focused on here. This is your earn your dinner cruising. And the excursions are fun. They'll definitely make you earn your dinner. Service is personal, intuitive, and friendly. So you'll know your bartender's name by day 2. And as far as value for the money, I'd say pretty incredible. If you're not into crowds and you love food, water, and low-key luxury, this is best for that culinary leaning explorer who just wants to be in the destination, not just dock next to it. Number 9, making it into my list, is the Hurtigruten Expeditions. This is best for the science nerds and the wildlife fans, okay? This line is for the curious, for the guy who watches nature documentaries with a whiskey in his hand and wishes he could tag along. The cabins are functional and Scandinavian in design. You're not here to just sit in your room, and that's the point. The dining, sustainable regional cuisine, think that Arctic char, local berries, and lectures with your meal. As far as entertainment, it's all about learning, daily lectures, documentaries, and hands-on science projects. And as far as the public areas, observation decks, panoramic lounges, and onboard science centers. So yeah, this is, it's serious. But you're really going to love the fitness and recreational options. These adventures are just your fitness routine. You get hikes, landings, ice climbing, and wild treks. And the service is knowledgeable and warm. So the crew is really going to double as guides and educators. This is one of the few cruise lines where you'll come home knowing more than you left with. But if you're asking me who's it best for, I say it's best for guys who still read the National Geographic and want to trade small talk for more glacier landings. You're really going out for adventure. But lastly, but certainly not the least, Regent Seven Seas. This is best for the no fuss, luxury, and proper cigar lounge type of person. If you like your trip smooth, your service polished, and your nightcap lit in a leather chair, looking at the details, Regent will make it happen. The cabins are all suite, all balcony, all spacious. Think about those walk-in closets, marble baths, and an espresso machine in your room. They're not playing around. So it's upscale across the board. Prime 7 Steakhouse is a standout, and the Compass Rose lets you customize your meals. Similar to the other ships, the entertainment is sophisticated, small stage performances, live jazz, and lectures to keep it kind of classy. But some of the feedback that I'm seeing online is that they feel that this is really just elegant lounges, fine art, and the Connoisseur Club is where you can grab a cigar, where cigar lovers can just hang out, unwind in style. Gotta be honest, decent gym, it's pretty good looking, plus excursions that actually challenge you physically and intellectually. This one can be a winner for sure. You get a butler, and of course, they're probably gonna know your Scotch order before you even ask. And as far as value for the money, it's all included. Airfare, excursions, drinks, Wi-Fi, and all that effort really makes it feel effortless for you. I say this is best for that seasoned traveler who wants everything handled, and I don't know, maybe a cohiba to hold close at night. So let's just recap your style. If you love golf and a good pub night, Azamara PerryGolf collaboration, that's the one for you. If you're into cuisine, cooking, and culinary credentials, you're gonna look for Oceania or Silversea. If you're more of the person who wants to feel the wild and still sleep in a suite, go look for Seabourn or the Hurtigruten. And if you prefer your cruise line to be with jazz, steak, and peace, don't forget about Viking, Regent, Windstar. And lastly, if you want somebody live for sea days, lectures, and a good blazer, you got Cunard. But if you want the blues and the bourbon, you're going to have to go with Holland America. And if you want to see my top cruises for women over 40, check this video right here. But as always, if you dig the vibes, please subscribe. And if you care, please share. We'll see you in paradise.